This is the Google 1 month overview reading for the month of November 2023. It's currently September 26, 2023, 8:31 p.m. Eastern Time, and Google at the time of this reading is $129.95 USD. The shuffle file that we're about to play was created on September 3rd, 2023, 3:15 p.m. Eastern Time. That's this video right here. So the overall theme and behavior, there's a significant opportunity on like a probably a year-to-date kind of scale. There's a significant, it'll stand out, a significant opportunity here in the midst of a decline to open up a long position. And then there's also an important technical price level that's highlighted. I think it may be that we actually break through it. My sense is that we probably break through it, and this is a very bullish month. When we look at the 1 year for November, it also looks very bullish after a significant drop to a low. Behavior around the highest high, we have multiple false stops. So probably there's higher and higher highs, and the behavior on the low, it'll really stand out on at least the 1 month scale. There'll be a significant drop to meet the low, and the low will be an important trough on a 1 month scale at least, maybe larger. My sense is that we have the low over here. We'll get into the lows, the highs and the lows, and the best trades that we see, as well as the day-by-day chart behavior in just a minute. What I'd like to do first is make sure that everybody, we're going to check out September's reading, but I also want to make sure that everybody is aware. The whole purpose of this channel is to make sure that we want to take some of the competitive energy of the stock market and transmute it to goodwill. Imagine if you could take all the energy of the stock market and turn it into goodwill. Imagine what that would do for the world. So we're looking to do that, just a small piece, guys. You can make yourself rich too. So 5% of the profits from the information on this channel, you should donate it forward to one of these charities here. All you gotta do is click here and donate, and then 5% of the profits should be donated back to the channel, keep things interesting here, and really support the channel. Without those donations and the paid subscribers, we would not be putting out this content. We wouldn't be putting out any content. It leaves you with 90% of the money. Make sure to spend that money out of love. As long as you do that, you follow the rule of karma for the channel. The universe considers you a angel investor of the channel, and you're gonna get it back tenfold through the channel. All right, so as far as September goes, this is looking pretty solid, guys. So we had an early high, but we did have that there was a high early in the month, and then we had another high on the 14th. That ended up being, and we also indicated that this early high was the highest high. That's also important to point out. It was the highest high. The second high, though, was pretty prominent, pretty close. It was here on the 14th. You can see that's there on the 14th. So we nailed it, and then it went almost immediately with this ace of discs kind of energy. Almost immediately went into lowest lows, and you can see we had a lowest low on the 19th, a lowest low on the 20th. I mean, this ace of cups may end up being the lowest. It may end up being the lowest price level based on what's transpired, but this is a pretty solid reading, guys. Anybody that opened up a short position in the midst of the rally, they might have done it a day early, but even so, it wouldn't have mattered. Anybody that opened a short position here on the 13th or the 14th or even on the 15th and held that short position until the 19th, the 20th, or the 22nd, based on the paid subscribers information where we talked about what trades to go for. Look at that, guys. You would have made a solid amount of money. We dropped from 448 all the way down to 428. It's a $20 price change, guys. Solid gains. So thank you to all those of you following that rule of karma. All right, let's get into it. So we have a high. Well, first off, the lowest low. We most likely have a low, so I'm picking up on it. It's a little difficult to determine the actual day, but it's here on the 3rd or the 6th. It's here on the 3rd or the 6th. There's a lowest low in there. There's a lot of things indicating that, but it's a little muddy as far as which day. I think it's probably on the 3rd, and then we revisit it on the 6th, but more so to the 3rd than the 6th. And then we have, we may revisit. This is supposed to be here. We may revisit the lowest low here around the 14th, or it's just going to be a significant low that stands out. Highest high, I think we make higher highs throughout the month, right? So here's our first highest high around the 9th, 10th. Then we probably go back to lowest lows, right? So this decline here should be pretty notable on the 3rd to open up a long position. And then there's a high there around the 9th, 10th. We go back into a low on the 13th, 14th. Looks like we probably open lower on the 13th, have a bullish day. And then we may have a failed attempt to break the resistance and then a decline into another low there on the 14th. Or it could be one of those days that the lowest low is, revisiting of it or close. But then we have another highest high on the 16th, 17th. Another highest high, this is the highest probable location, or strongest probable location of the highest high for the month right here on the 24th, but this will be at least the highest high thus far, And then it's possible that we see the same high or higher on the 27th, the 29th, and possibly even the 30th. And then we probably move into higher price levels. As far as the best trades, so first off, there's a bullish trade first thing here in the month. We could open up before a significant move higher that would stand out on a 1-day chart, and probably on a 1-month chart too. Before that happens, you could open up a long position. After that happens, we do some sideways rotation from the first into the second. When we're doing that sideways rotation, that's where I would close out of that long position. It could be a day trade, or it could be a following day. And then in the midst of a decline, I'd open up 50% of a position, a long position in the midst of a decline on the 3rd. Or if I was wrong and there wasn't the opportunity to close a long position there, which I find hard to believe, I probably add to it in that case. So, but I want to open up a long position in the midst of a decline towards the end of the day here on the 3rd, 50% of the position. And then if we open up at a similar low or close on the 6th, I would add to that position again, but I'd want to do so before a big move out of a decline from the bottom of a range all the way to a top of a range. Okay, on the 7th, we have a prominent move higher on a multi-day scale, followed by a full retracement of that move back down, and then we get into price swings. It actually looks like probably it's a prominent move into a peak or crest at the end of the day on the 7th, and then a full retracement of that move back down overnight or in the early morning on the 8th. But then we have a big move midday to the upside. There's some price swings in here. Turns into sideways rotation on the 9th, and then a big move to the upside, maybe on the cusp of the 9th, 10th. A big move to the upside, breaking through resistance to stay above it briefly, creating a new high, and then break back down through the same price level shortly thereafter. That would be mostly bearish on the 10th, opening lower on the 13th. There's another trade here. So at the peak or crest after sideways rotation and a breakout through resistance where we kind of stall out not too long afterwards above that resistance, if we come back down through that same price level, that would be my open up a short position indicator. And I'll talk about where to get into that, when to get out of that in the paid version, as well as price levels and the remaining trades. And then also we're going to look at trades from a multi-year standpoint, because there are some relevant trades going on here at the end of the year. If you want the paid version, guys, it's a really great way to support the channel. If you use the Google regularly, or you want to use the Google regularly, you should go to our services, SM Meta Posts. It's on our website, Tarot for Traders. Scroll down to monthly subscription. Google and Amazon are two of the tickers that you have to have the $250 subscription in order to get. They're like our top premium kind of subscription. So that would really support the channel. You can also test out our subscriptions with any one of these individual ones. But either way, it really goes a long way to support the channel. It's one of the best ways to support the channel, that and the Rule of Karma. It's the right thing to do if you utilize this information. And the channel needs the support, guys. So if you want to keep seeing this stuff, make sure to do so. Thank you to all of those of you that are blessed souls following through on the Rule of Karma and supporting with these paid versions, my friends. Love you guys.